Yo, what is up, gamers? It's me, your boy, back at it again with another live deck profile. Today we got a little bit of a Magical Musket. So, Magical Musket got not one, but two new cards recently. New in 15,000 quotation marks. So, you know, I thought it'd be something cool to introduce, re-look at, you know, delve right back in. The deck that was supposed to be tier 0 on launch, but was actually like tier 6. It's kind of crazy, the story behind this deck, but I digress. Let's get right on into it. Starting with, you know, our standard triple Ass Blast 'em, and no joy, have to play it, good cards. It's actually a bad card, whatever, that's fine. Alright, here we got a Magical Musket Calamity. A Magical Musketeer Calamity, alright? I don't even know if that's the actual American name. I'm gonna assume it is. Dueling Book sometimes doesn't update that shit. Anyways, they all share the same effect, that during either player's turn you can activate Magical Musket spell and trap cards from your hand. And then each one of them has a different effect if a spell or a trap is activated in its column. So, hers is, you can target one Magical Musket in your graveyard, special summon it in defense. You can only use this effect once per turn. So we only play one of her, 15, 13. She can get pretty strong with some of the dumb shit you can do in this deck, but one of her's fine, just get shit out of grave, pretty standard stuff. Alright, we got the boy here. 3 copies of Magical Musketeer Caspar. So if a spell or trap card is activated in this card's column, you can add one Magical Musket card from your deck to your hand, but not a card with the same name as the activated card. Searches out pretty much your whole fucking deck. Can search out any of the monsters, even himself, because, you know, Caspar is not a spell or trap. Literally just grabs whatever you need. Caspar is a definite 3 of, you gotta max out on it. He's too good not to. We got 2 copies of Magical Musketeer Doc, so when one is activated in his column, you grab back a Magical Musket card from your grave to your hand, but not a card with the same name as the activated card. So you can't activate Dancing Needle, grab back Dancing Needle. Can't activate Desperado, grab back Desperado, blah blah blah, you get it. But you can activate Desperado, get back Last Stand, and then, you know, ha 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 ha, free cards. Doc's very good. 3 copies of Kid Brave, so when a spell or trap card is activated in his column, discard 1 Magical Musket card, draw 2 cards. Just other, you know, standard draw card fare, pretty good stuff. I like Kid Brave, very good card. 16,200 also, he's very strong. And then the last monster we play is 2 copies of Starfire. Back in the day, she used to be played at 3, but now we have standards, so we don't play her at 3 anymore. If a card is activated in her column, special summon 1 level 4 lower Magical Musket monster from your deck in defense, except Starfire. Blah blah blah, once per turn. 13, 17. She's pretty cool. As if for monsters, only 14 monsters, as you can see, very small monster count. Where we start to pick up speed is in the spells. Alright. Triple Call by the Grave, because you're playing Magical Musket, you want your shit to happen, it's not going to happen a lot. 1 copy of Double or Nothing for your level 4 Exceed meme plays. Pretty cool stuff, 2 copies of Instant Fusion, just for a kind of more protection, more pseudo bullshit stuff that you can do. 3 copies of Cross Domination, so if you control a Magical Musket monster, target 1 face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn, change its active defense to 0. Also, it has its effects negated. So it's Effect Veiler and shit to 0. You can do it during damage step because it changes attack. Broken card. Cross Domination, very good. And then we got 2 copies of Steady Hand, so target a Magical Musket monster you control, its attack and defense becomes double until the end of this turn. You cannot attack directly during the turn you activate this card. I've always liked Steady Hands. I thought this card was better than Cross Domination for a very long time. A lot of builds play it at 1, I like it at 2. I like having the option to always have it. It is a very good card to just have, because you don't need to attack for this to go through, it just needs to be a Magical Musket monster. You can make your shit 3k, you know, if you have a Calamity out there. 3k sitting there, 32 on Kid Brave. Doubling is actually very strong. 24, 28, 32, you know, 26. They get decently powerful, but some shit can't get over them that easy. So, Steady Hand's very good. You know, chain this to this, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. We played 3 Extravagance. Don't need extra deck too much, except for 1 card. And That's about it. We max out on that one card. Feel free to play around with this. I know a lot of people don't play it anymore. But, you know, I always like to have the option. Worst case scenario, desires, other bullshit, you know how it be. 3 copies of Ties of the Brethren. So there is another Magical Musket level 4 that you can play. It's wild. I don't remember what he does. But that's your other level 4 target for these. But you're pretty much always going to use this on your level 3s. Caspar, Doc, and Kid Brave, and just get them all out there. Have 3 monsters, sit them out for free. You know, try to be a hero. You also proc off whatever the fuck you have out there. So if you draw Caspar and Ties of the Brethren, you Caspar, and then you bring out these 2, and then you search whatever you want with Caspar. It's very, very good stuff. And then last spell we play is Uno, Upstart the Goblino. Very good stuff. On to the traps. We got their new trap, Crooked Crown. God, it sucks that this is a fucking continuous trap, but hey, you can only control one of it anyways. During the main phase, you can special summon 1 Magical Musket monster from your hand, and if you do, and if your opponent's main monster zone and that monster's current column is unused, that zone cannot be used until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. It's decent. It can lock out shit. It can prevent extra links for the turn. Sometimes that's all you need. Just that added little extra protection layer that you need, you know, cool stuff like that. Also, special summons a monster from your hand for free. Pretty good stuff. I enjoyed the card decently at 1, but I can see the argument for not even playing it at all. Uno, copy of Dancing Needle. I think this card is fucking amazing and should be played at more, but hey, you know, I'm just me. Target up to 3 cards in the graveyards, banish them. Pretty good stuff. Opponent targets a bunch of shit in their graveyard. It's gone. It's gone. You see them setting up for a Chaos Dragon. It's gone. Get rid of their materials. Dancing Needle, I think, has so much potential, but people are just kind of ignoring it. 3! Count them 3 copies of Desperado, so you just target a face-up card in the field, destroy it. You have to control Magical Musket. It's only once per turn. It's Desperado. That's a pretty good card. It's a super rare only for some fucking reason. And the last 3 cards we play are 3 copies of Last Stand, so when your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Magical Musket monster, you get the activation if you do destroy that card. Only activate 1 Magical Musket Last Stand per turn. Free negate from hand is a pretty good card. You gotta max out on it. Magical Musket Last Stando. Very good stuff. Fuck, how old is this deck now? 2 years old? Almost 3? Fuck, I think? I don't remember when Spirit Warriors came out. I think it was 2 years ago. I'll have to look it up later. 2 years and they're kind of playable now. Anyways, let's move on. We got our instant fusion targets in our extra deck. Millennium and Thousand Eyes Restrict, respectively. We got some generic Xyz fodder. We got a Cowboy for game. Gaga 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 gaga. We got some Utopia boys. Just regular Utopia and Double. There's regular because my mouse is like really locked. There we go. 1 Nightmare Shark. 1 Break of the Sword. And then we got some standard link play. We got a Hippo Shinigami because they're all fucking lights and you can do what you want with your life. We got a little bit of Nightmare stuff. We got a Cerberus. We got a Phoenix. We got a Unicorn. We got a Linkuriboh for your instant fusion targets. And then we got 3 targets here. We got 3 copies of Magical Musketeer Max. So this is the card that everyone was freaking the fuck out about. They're like, oh my god, this deck's playable now. Alright, so he's a level 8 or lower Magical Musket because their boss monster is actually a level 8 named Zerakiel or Zakiel or whatever the fuck. He's okay. I like him. He's not that good. Anyways, if this card is link summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Add Magical Musket spell and traps with different names from your deck to your hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. Or special summon Magical monsters with different names from your deck up to the number of spell and traps your opponent controls. You can only use this effect Magical Musketeer Max once per turn. During either player's turn, you can activate 1 Magical Musket. You can activate Magical Musket spell trap cards from your hand. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Standard stuff there. Almost fucked it up. Whatever. Searching spells and traps. If your opponent has a full board, you search all of your spells and traps, pretty much. At least 1 copy of all of them. And that's actually really fucking powerful. Or you can just bring out your whole board and just say, fuck it. But Max definitely is a very good card. It is definitely you know, it is a Link 1, so they knew what they were doing with this one, but, you know, hey, fuck Madolche. I'm never gonna let them live that down. I will hate them till the game is over because of that. Anyways, the future of this deck. Max gave him a very much needed power boost, gave him a very much needed consistency boost. I have high hopes, you know, but I have high hopes for everything. Do I anticipate it anytime soon or anytime thereafter? Probably not. Power creep is already so fucking super powered, it's only getting worse. Think about it, guys. 2 years ago, we were complaining about Spiral Tri-Link. Not even Extra Link, just Tri-Gate with a negate. That's what we were complaining about. That was full power Spiral was doing that and having a sleeper. Oh! And then 1 year later, it's like, yeah, we can do this, this big-ass U-board and you can't summon monsters off of one card. Anyways. I have hopes. They're probably dashed because it's Magical Musket, but I've been wrong in the past. So that's gonna be it for this one. I don't know if it was longer or shorter than usual. Shops open Thursdays and Fridays. Y'all already know. Let me get my shit open so I can actually stop this video. Like, subscribe. Slifer Duelist forever. We will be seeing you. Peace.